A former Missouri governor and Navy SEAL Eric Greitens is exonerated after nearly 2 years of what some have called Soros-funded persecution. One America's Rion explains.
Slander, hearsay, innuendo, imaginary victims, and media pylons. We find ourselves in an age of witch hunts, politically driven and fueled by dark money and radical agendas. The left has been particularly transparent in their methodology, their playbook. One chapter of their playbook was exposed, however, in Missouri, when news broke that former Missouri Republican governor and Navy SEAL Eric Greitens was exonerated following a nearly 2-year investigation launched after an anti-police St. Louis prosecutor, Gardner, along with anti-Trump Republican leadership, joined forces to remove Greitens from office. The playbook? Remove a popular Republican by entangling them in the courtroom. Greitens tells One American News, Soros-funded leftists are a much bigger problem in America than we realize. His case illustrates this.
We have people who engage in a criminal effort to drive me from office because I was a conservative outsider.
Gardner ran for district attorney in St. Louis in 2016. George Soros donated $190,000 to Gardner's local campaign, an unusually large amount for a DA's race. Gardner immediately went on to pursue the newly elected Greitens, a Purple Heart, Bronze Star recipient and Navy SEAL with a PhD from Oxford. As a political outsider, Greitens slashed over 180,000 regulations and tackled a crooked lobbying system in just his first year. The Soros-funded Gardner launched one investigation after another into Greitens to counteract his popularity and mission. First, Gardner brought to court a woman who accused Greitens of taking illegal pictures of her, only to months later confessed to the judge she may have dreamed the whole thing up. Undeterred, Gardner and her Soros war chest charged forth with new cases against Greitens in questionable ways. Courts found $120,000 in cash mysteriously showed up in bags as payment for people to make false accusations against Greitens. Greitens, though innocent, stepped down in 2018. Not only did the Ethics Commission find, quote, no evidence of wrongdoing by Greitens, Gardner's lead investigator, a former FBI agent, has been indicted on 7 felony counts of perjury and evidence tampering against Greitens. Greitens says Gardner is one of hundreds of district attorneys across America funded by Soros super PACs. The enemy of freedom is not just on the battlefield, but in our judicial system.
As a Navy SEAL, I took an oath to defend the Constitution against all enemies, foreign and domestic. And I used to just think of those enemies as genuinely being foreign enemies when we were fighting Al-Qaeda.
But enemies domestic require even more diligence to identify.
I think that the message for future leaders in America is that you have to be prepared for a fight.
Greitens says the Ethics Commission's finding is a major victory against the Soros machine. Rion, One American News, Washington.